I get avoiding, as a result of our talk today, I'm certainly seeing avoiding in a new framework.
Mhm. It's everywhere. It's
Yeah, again, I like the piece where it's avoiding works and then all of a sudden it stops working and then sabotages the person's ability to access sobriety.
Yeah.
So you started participating in TMD with me as your coach, leading the curriculum, a part of a group. And through your participation, you began to explore greater aspects of avoiding that you weren't already aware of.
Yeah. It's
So you expanded your awareness of what you were avoiding, the emotions you were avoiding, the conversations you were avoiding, the relationships that you were avoiding. And as you moved into those feelings and relationships, you transformed your commitment to creating your life.
Yeah.
You want to talk with the group more about your experiences?
Yeah. So, TMD as my intro for any people who have heard me to speak before, TMD came into my life when I had lost my dream job. I was in a severe depression because, again, I didn't know how to deal with these extreme negative emotions. These extreme emotions. It doesn't have to be negative or whatever people use as negative. So I wasn't functioning, and then Pete called me after being contacted by a mutual acquaintance, and then after I started to do the work, and that avoidance became that picture of what I was avoiding as someone who was living a life as a person who was very emotionally aware and all of this. I realized that I was looking through the keyhole into avoidance. And as I started working with you and working in the TMD and in the community, that vision of what I was avoiding, how I was avoiding, and when I was avoiding began to open and widen. And as I started seeing, like, holy shit, not just avoiding people, places, things anymore. That was, that's a very broad thing. I'm avoiding understanding more about this. I'm avoiding the feelings that I'm having that aren't so easy to explain. I broke it down to very simple explanations, which was avoidance. I was using debilitating migraines as avoidance. The idea that I was using migraines was so beyond my comprehension that I was angry at the thought that somebody would even think I was doing that to myself. Yet, as I fought through those avoidant tendencies and was supported by the community in TMD, supported by you, supported by my own drive to be somebody, to make these choices and be that person that my future is, and my come from is, that position where I come from to make my future is what I mean by come from, is I started understanding that, holy shit, there's a whole world under the layer of avoidance. And I was avoiding that world of avoidance under the layer of avoidance, right? It's if you break something down that you're doing that is causing pain in your life, if I break something down that's causing pain in my life or causing me to be unhappy or whatever, I will find an onion of avoidance every time. And that was not known to me before TMD at all. I thought avoidance was simple. I avoided relationships because I was being tactful and I was being resourceful and only letting people in that weren't going to hurt me. And so I was alone because there's no way I would ever be able to do that. But just like using, if I lock myself in a closet, I'm not going to use dope. If I lock myself in a closet, I'm not going to have to be hurt by anyone either. And so I tricked myself and avoided seeing that that's what I was doing. I was locking myself in an apartment, convincing myself that I was living, being told that I was living because I was sober. I had a job. I was doing what I do best. I was in a field that I was shining in. All the while, everything was eroding beneath me, and I wouldn't look at it. I wouldn't look at what was happening, because that would mean actually having to be honest with myself, confront myself, and have feelings that I didn't know how to feel. I you know, as the saying goes in TMD, I didn't know what I didn't know. And so I was driving blind for years until that keyhole turned into the windshield.